What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday evening. How is everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. So we have a few things going on tonight. A little new thing that we don't usually do. We're gonna recap a game that Guido and I were playing for quite some time. Oh my god, months, 2 months at least. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that a little bit, probably around 9:30, and that's gonna take 20 minutes or so, and then we're gonna play some Vermintide with Goulette, who is back here tonight. Hi, Goulette.
Hello.
So yeah, so that should be interesting. We'll see. We kind of, Guido and I kind of went through what we're gonna do. We'll see how it works out. I'm cautiously optimistic that it'll be fine. We'll find out. But regardless, we will get it done. And if you guys like the what we're doing with the recap of games, let me know, and maybe we will do more. So this is kind of an experiment. This is an experiment to see how it works. And yes, I know DeadSpace 3 is an 8-year-old game. I got it. It's already been out. It's already been lots of videos. They're doing a remake. I got it. But it's the first time I played it. The first time Guido's played it. So, what the hell am I rolling over? Anyway, so yeah, and we finished it, so that was good. So yeah, we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes with doing it, doing a recap, especially the format we're gonna do it in. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me go on here and try to get analytics so I can see what is going on in the stream. And analytics. All right, cool. That should work. That looks good. Let's see. All right, so what is going on today? I don't know what's going on today. I've been trying to plan the Halloween stuff, and I have a couple cool things. At least I think they're cool that we're gonna be doing for Halloween. I'm a big fan of Halloween. Goulette, you're a big fan of Halloween. I know that.
No.
No.
We didn't just spend almost a whole hour of me talking about how excited I was for Halloween. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah. I don't know either. Excelsior, what is up, man? How you doing? Welcome. Did you put in a suggestion for what I should call the Halloween month, Excelsior? I think you did. And it was like super long. It was like a sentence, man, if I remember correctly. So if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, in YouTube, there's a community section where you can make posts, polls, images, just text. I'm not going to call it Discord. I think I did that before, but it's just a way to communicate with people, and they can reply and all that stuff. So it's cool. So one thing I put out there earlier this week is, I'm going to be doing this Halloween thing all month, and what should I call the stream? And the winner, or the person that I pick, assuming that they're all creative, they'll get something branded, like a t-shirt or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, I put that out there. I think there's been a couple responses so far. So we'll see how it goes. I do want to figure out what I'm going to call it in the next week, so I can start promoting that on different social media and see how that goes. But yeah, so I got some new things coming up. I think there's going to be a new channel trailer for the month, at least one. I was telling Goulette before that I was getting ambitious, and I was going to try to make a new trailer, like 4 trailers, one for each week. But I have so many other things that I need to do for the stream, just in general, that I don't have time to make all these trailers, because what I'm doing, not to give too much away, is I'm doing horror. I'm basically parodying horror movie trailers that I like, and I did one already, and I think it came out good. I don't think Goulette watched it yet, but I had an idea for a couple more to do, and like I shot some of the footage over the weekend, and I'm getting ready to edit it. I put it all together, but then I'm like, yeah, I have other things I'm doing, so I go and make this. I use this task app in Android. And I made a list of all of the things I need to do, as well as, like, the subtask. And the list is so fucking long that I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get all this done. And some of this other stuff is way more important than me just having additional videos. that I'm only going to show for 7 days and then never show again. So like I can't justify doing that over updating all the tags and categories on every single video I have on YouTube and downloading half of those videos and re-uploading them to the new YouTube channel that I'm going to create. I can't justify that time spent. But yeah, on that note, so yeah, I am going to make a new YouTube channel. I already have it created. Just trying to figure out exactly how I want to split it up. I did learn, and I told Excelsior this the other day, that in case you're doing anything on YouTube, that if you make partner, you have to have 4,000 hours of video watched and 1,000 subscribers. Subscribers probably aren't going to dip down too much, right? But the hours could if you're moving videos around like I plan on doing. So I contacted Google's support and just verified that if I were to move a bunch of videos to another channel, that I don't lose partnership. And they said, nope, once you make partner, it's a one-time check. You make partner, you're good to go. I mean, yeah, if you start violating terms of service and shit like that, they could review you and pull it. But I could move all of my videos to another channel and have like 0 videos on morphine, and it wouldn't affect my partnership. Now, all those stats would be lost. So, I don't intend on doing that, but I am going to probably move at least like all the clips that I make, because I make so many clips typically. I'm going to move those to the new one. But I was trying to think of how to do it. I get to be an organizational freak sometimes to my detriment. So I don't know exactly how far I want to go. Like, I plan on changing up my streams eventually. Like I want to have gaming streams like I'm going to be doing tonight, but I also want to start having more just dedicated, like just chatting streams where I could be talking about streaming information, or I could be talking about movies, or I could be talking about whatever. And I really want to separate those. And in my brain, I'm thinking it makes sense to have those on separate channels. Like maybe make like a Morphine Gaming channel and just have all my specifically game focused streams on there and my game clips and stuff. And then a different channel would have all my just chatting stuff and like the stream information and stream help, all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see. It's not like it's a big deal in general, but having 2 channels that I stream off of might be a bit confusing to people. The 7 people that show up. But we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm more concerned about having to put tags on all 500 videos and recategorize them. And maybe I'll even go as far as making some new thumbnails, because I did a shit ass job with half my thumbnails. I got lazy and I just let it pick a still from my videos for half of them. But yeah, my God, this list that I have, you guys can't see it here. I'm scrolling up. There's a lot of stuff on here. Maybe it doesn't look like a lot. It just scrolled quickly, but it's a lot. There's a lot of things, man. And I already knocked a couple off today. So, but yeah, it's going to be a bunch of stuff, but I want, now that I'm on YouTube, I have the ability to do more things because my videos are here, and I was always promoting those, and I just want everything to be as good looking and like tight as possible. So I get kind of obsessed about making this stuff look right. So yeah, and then not look at my list. Don't look at the list. We're actually we're streaming. We're streaming. Yeah, I'll look at it later. I just turn the phone upside down so I don't look at it. So how are you doing, Excelsior? How's your channel going? I don't think I've seen you live in a couple days. I'm assuming everything's going okay. So what's our latency at? Like, it's pretty good, right? Like 6, 7, 8 seconds, something like that, I think.
Maybe even less. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you have some videos planned. So like you're gonna, you did the animation video. Are you gonna do more of that? Because that actually was really cool watching you make the animation, and then seeing the final product. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. um your the videos on your channel, you're kind of like eclectic is the word I'm going to use. And so obviously a lot of music and a lot of art, very good stuff. So what kind of videos you planning on making? Is eclectic. What did I say? Eclectic. That's the word I want to use. Yeah, so what's my category? My category tonight is gaming. Yeah, I'm gonna start experimenting too with other categories, I think, because you and I we both made partner like around the same time, a couple weeks apart probably. And so like, you know, it's interesting, you know, we're just, you know, kind of sharing ideas and like what's working and what's not, and I appreciate everything that you're sending me. It's very helpful. I use this site scene.gg that I was using on Twitch, and it's hooked in with like the Twitch API. So when I change the game category, it changes my starting screen, things like that. And just today I noticed that they set it up for use on YouTube as well. And beta didn't work. Tried it at my starting screen. It broke my starting screen. So they have some work to do in there. But yes, scene.gg is a good one to use. There's a bunch of things you can use on there. But yeah, so there's a lot to do in streaming, and YouTube, I mean, it's not as different from Twitch as you might think. In fact, on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a comparison between Twitch and YouTube. So I'm working on like the details now of what categories I want to cover, like and the level of detail that I want to go to. And granted, I've only been on YouTube streaming exclusively for a couple weeks now. Start of the third week, I think. So yeah, so it'll be pretty good. I mean, so there's gonna be things I'm gonna miss. There's gonna be things I don't know about. But yeah. All right, so Excelsior's saying, yeah, I plan to stream Deltarune, cover a video about Scratch, $90 worth of Scratch tickets, and I think a few song playlists. That's cool. What is Deltarune? I haven't heard of that. I gotta look it up.
It's a game by the same person who made Undertale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he made Deltarune after the success of Undertale.
That's cool. There's now that I'm like, I've got to a point, Roulette, where I'm not just playing one game for like a month or 2 months. Well, DeadSpace aside. I'm getting very confused, like playing a bunch of different games. It's so foreign to me. Like I play it for a couple streams and then I move on to the next one. It's so weird. I've
always been quite sporadic with my games.
Oh, really? And we talked about this before. Like I'm usually like, I play one game until I literally can't stand the sight of it. And then I move on. The latest Deltarune chapter has a lot of things to cover and a lot of views are going towards it. That's cool. So that's an interesting thing. So like when I was on Twitch, I purposely played games that had a smaller audience because you would just get buried in the directory for those popular games. But on YouTube, I kind of feel the opposite. I kind of feel like I need to get in the categories that have more gamers because smaller categories have like no views. And yeah, you know, logic might say, okay, well, if I'm in a category with no views, I'm going to corner the market. Like everyone's going there. Well, the reason there's no views is because nobody's fucking watching it. Nobody's looking for it. You know, like whenever I play Warhammer 2, like we're going to play a little bit later tonight, I'm literally the only streamer. Now, that's not good because that means just nobody is on YouTube is looking for it. So I'm actually looking to get in some of the bigger categories, at least for games that I want to play. Like I'm not playing Apex, I'm not playing Fortnite, I'm not playing Call of Duty. I personally don't enjoy PvP battle royale type games. It's just not my thing.
Too ragey.
Too what?
ragey.
I wouldn't get ragey. I wouldn't get ragey if I played them. No way.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
No.
Yeah. I imagine that maybe for somebody that gets a little ragey over Fall Guys,
Yep.
I'm gonna bet when I get sniped from a half mile away, I might not be cool with that.
It's just gonna throw the whole computer.
Yeah, probably will. Yeah, so jumping topics again, because that's what I do. I like to keep it interesting by changing things around.
Keep them on their toes.
So for Halloween or for October, we're gonna have there's 5 full weeks, right? If I look at it, 1 2 3 oh, there's only 4 weeks. Why is it we have 5 weeks? Because Guido doesn't. Oh no, okay, I got it. So and Guido came up with the idea of an awesome schedule. So I'm not gonna really make many changes at all from the schedule he had, except I might try to fit in Pacify into one of these weeks. But so we're gonna have like a big budget horror week, an indie horror week, a retro horror week, and I guess a co-op horror week. Although I'm trying to figure out what to do about Mondays, because we usually do a co-op game on Mondays. I'd kind of like to stick to that plan. I don't know if I want to play Vermintide, but that kills me because that means we'd have a whole month where we're not playing Vermintide. You know?
Well, you could keep Mondays to, for example, the retro week. You play a retro multiplayer, so an older multiplayer game.
Right. So I think Phasmophobia could be on could be one of those weeks. That's a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
In Silence is a multiplayer game.
So is Pacify.
Pacify is a multiplayer game.
Yeah. So I mean, there's plenty of multiplayer ones out there.
Right. So I guess a good idea. So then we can we can do one of those multiplayers on the Mondays, and then Wednesday and Friday I would play the same game, not as Monday, but like let's say I played Resident Evil 7 or Evil Within, right? So I would play say Phasmophobia on Monday and Evil Within on Wednesday and Friday. Right. That would be the idea. Yeah, it should be cool. I have some things I want to try to do in here if I can figure out what I want to do, and being a little careful because this is also where I work. So this is where I'm sitting when I stream. This is where I'm sitting when I'm working. It's not that much different. So if I do like crazy stuff in the background, I'm gonna have to like make sure I put a blur filter on in Zoom or whatever app I'm gonna be using.
Fire screen to put behind you to hide.
Yeah. I was thinking of getting, actually on my list, my task list, it's things I need to do, but there is one thing that I want to purchase, and that's a green screen. I don't have a green screen. And yeah, I have like NVIDIA Broadcast can do a green screen, but it's not real great. So I actually want to get like a real green screen. But it's just a little bit challenging because like the space that I have here, I take the mic with me. The space that I have here is weird. So, and like the ceiling isn't that tall. So if I were to get like a green screen that is too wide, it's going to be weird. And I'm thinking like I might get a fabric one so I can, tack it up where I want. But I'm a little worried about the wrinkles in it. So, I'm not.
What you do?
Yeah.
Is when you have the green screen, you take a decent picture of behind you now.
Yep.
Then when you make it all horror and Halloween behind there, you green screen that picture for work. Bam, done.
Bam, done. That's why. Well, that's awesome. That was a great idea. So yeah, so I would just turn around, take a picture, and then post that on my green screen when I'm working.
Yep.
Perfect.
Done.
Somebody from my job who's actually working in the office, they went to where my desk is and they took a picture from like facing the opposite of my desk to what it looks like behind, and I use that as my background. Half the time people are like, you're in the office now? I'm like, sure I am. I could use that. With a green screen, it would look good because like when you move around normally, like you can see it all blotchy, as the algorithm or whatever is trying to like but it would look like I'm literally there.
Oh, that's perfect.
That would be funny, right? And I could even have my chair, because then when you're using the app to do a green screen, like, your chair is gone. But if you have an actual green screen, the chair would be in the shot. So that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool.
Have to do that.
Yeah. I just gotta find a good one. I was looking at the Elgato green screen, and I like it a lot. I mean, I like their products. I think their products are all quality. And I like that it's portable, it's collapsible. So like basically you set it on the ground and you pull it up, and it has like this spring, like scissor spring thing, and it locks, I think, in pretty much any height, which is cool. But because my ceilings go like this, yeah, my ceilings, I can't do this. Jesus Christ, I can't do this. So my ceilings are like this, so like I would only be able to have it go up like part of the way. And it's not just seated that I want to use a green screen. I also want to be able to be standing and do different kind of videos. So I think the fabric one's going to be the best choice. I think a fabric green screen, because of the odd shape of the room here. By the way, congratulations on winning 200 more bits. Don't make me do anything stupid. Let me open the dashboard here. Okay. Future Gaming 93. So that is interesting about YouTube. Like, on Twitch, you would pretty much get followers whenever you're live. Like I would rarely get followers when I'm not live. On YouTube, it's different because your content is always out there. People run across it, and then they're like, "Hey, I'm following you," and you know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's a little bit different. Like, I'm used to getting all these follows when I'm streaming, but it's just different here. Code Wolf, what is up, man? How you doing? Welcome from your stream. I hope you had a good stream tonight. We're gonna be getting into Dead Space 3 recap with Guido. We got some clips. We have and we're gonna be going through the game, what we thought of it, all that stuff. So we're gonna be doing that in just a few minutes. What is up? What is up, dude? Code Wolf. I'm not gonna say anything, but did you see the thing I texted you, dude? You gotta look at it. Our job is closing our building. I read about it in the newspaper. Today, like 10 minutes ago. What the fuck? They didn't announce anything. What is that? What is that, Code? They always tell us everything before it gets out, before they make a press release. That's not cool. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just weird. Weird that they did it that way. So, yeah. So, I imagine by the time I go back, at least, yeah, I won't. Yeah. Oh, you forgot? Oh, you already knew that? Oh, you saw it in the paper. Or am I wrong? Did they? Was there an email or something that I just missed? Because I didn't see it today. That would make sense if there was an email I missed. Yo, you did not know that. Okay, so that is weird that they announced it to a newspaper first. But it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, strange. Anyway, not a big deal at all. You know, because even when I go back, I'm only be working a couple days a week in the office, so not that big of a deal. I don't give a shit. I know that we both have mutual friends that do, but all right, so what else is going on? So we talked about Halloween, and my god, Gula, I have got to start writing down a goddamn bullet points for this half an hour.
Nah.
Nah, just let's see. What do we?
More fun.
What's that? Yeah, just trying to think of anything that comes to mind. But you know what the problem with that is I'll start talking about something for 5 seconds, and then I'll move on to the next thing, and then talk about that for 5 seconds.
As I said, sporadic chaos.
Sporadic chaos. I need to move my monitors around. Here we go. I'm changing again. So Like I use, let me turn this other cam on. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't test that cam before I went on. It is not working. Anyway, I didn't hit that button. So I plan on, I was watching a video about, you know, optimizing your setup here with your monitors. You know, I have, which used to be my gaming monitor is now my Discord and other monitor. But like it uses up all this space. I don't really need to use all that space for it. So there is an app you can get for the Stream Deck. I think Code, you actually told me about this too. It's like Windows Mover or something like that, where like you can arrange windows the way you want, and then you add them in this utility for the Stream Deck, and then when you hit it every time, you can set it up to automatically open them and put them where you want. And everybody was saying, like, you know, flip my monitor so it's portrait, because you don't need all of the space that you're using in horizontal. So I'm thinking that I might do that with one of my smaller monitors. But what that means is I need to kind of rearrange the whole setup, because I have a big monitor here, and then like a 32-inch monitor here, and then two 24 or 27-inch monitors. So yeah, it is a bar raider plugin. So I wanna change that around, because I don't plan on doing that with a big monitor. I want to do it with one of the other monitors. So I think I might move the bigger monitor like right in front of me, which would be perfect. But that means I also probably have to move the camera because it's taller, and then have the smaller monitors on either side of it, and then maybe the one on the left side, because I have the wall right here because of the angled ceiling. I would take that monitor and like flip it, and then use like 3 different sections of it, and I could have more things on there visible that I can easily do on the big monitor, which would make the most sense, I think. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that'll work. Let me add that to my fucking to-do list. Let me add that to my goddamn to-do list. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rework some of the wiring. Ugh. Yeah, that'll be fun. I guess I need to add to my list, find out why my Logitech camera isn't working. Hey, there's always something. There is always something. Yeah, this to-do list I have is just getting bigger. Bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, so what do I have on here? I'm gonna read through my list because I have nothing else to talk about. Oh, there's Guido. All right, Guido. Hop in. You just saved everybody from from making me read my task list to them. That is literally how little I had to talk about right now. Because I didn't have any time to do anything else today. After work. I had a meeting with my I have a mentor, a coach, whatever you want to call it, executive coach, and I had a meeting with him right at the end of work. Oh, so it's not this year, Code. So they're just saying when the lease runs out. Okay. So in like 3 years, really. Okay, that's fair. Are you in here? Is Guido in here yet?
Yep.
What's up, Guido?
Oh, hey, sorry.
Hey.
My mic was muted.
Oh.
Oh, that's okay,
Sorry.
Code. That's all right. Hey, you know do you have any idea how many times I've done that? A lot. A whole lot.
I bet you have.
It happens. It happens. So I don't know if you saw my text earlier, Guido. So I was able to pull out the those sections of clips we talked about, the cargo puzzle and the other one, the Cliff. But
Cool.
they're really long, and I sped them up, but they're unwatchable. Oops. They're unwatchable when they're in the state that they're in, because I sped up to 500%, and that still only took them down to like 3 straight minutes, and no one's watching that. So I don't know that we really should show it, because it's just not, it's not clean enough. You know what I mean? I'm fine with I'm fine just talking about it. It'll make a, if I when I actually, because it is in DaVinci, so if I ever when I get around to actually making it look readable, it'll make a funny video, I think. You
probably just have to cut out bits.
Probably.
So like the bits that where you're not like climbing, you can just chop and remove pieces to condense it down.
Right.
So that it's not like 800% and completely unwatchable, but it's still sped up and just chopped up a little bit.
Yeah. So I'll give you a sample of what this looks like. What the fuck did I just do? Oh, there we go. Let me change over here. So this is from the cliff, and I have a couple.
Did you do the same thing with the cliff? Because I thought you were just going to take a few clips from the cliff.
Well, I started to do the same thing.
Oh.
So I have a couple of different tracks here, and this track I isolated by webcam, and just to watch my facial expressions as the time goes on. And I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's about 3 minutes long, but so you're going to hear. I don't know how to mute this. Oh yes, I do. Hold on. Let me mute this because we don't want to hear that gibberish. So there's like a lot of laughing, a lot of smiles, and now we're getting into it, and then as it goes on, the smiles start to fade, and then eventually they just stop. I thought it was funny to watch the time lapse basically of how annoyed and angry I was starting to get. Now I'm starting to get more serious. There might be a laugh here and there, but like now I'm concentrating. I'm concentrating very hard. And then I'm not talking, I'm not laughing, and maybe a slight smirk, and then like a couple of times, like you'd say, "Hey, you're an idiot," and I'm like, "Ha ha 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 ha!" I'm gonna smile for the camera. And
see how all happiness leaves your body.
Yeah.
There it is. He's starting to. Nope. Yep.
Yeah. It's yeah, I'm forcing a smile at this point. Yeah, you see the anger. It's getting there. Again, we're not gonna watch the whole thing because it's like 3 minutes long. But at this point, we've only gone through about 10 attempts, and we did 16 times. I died. We died. I died. I killed us 16 times. Yeah, but it gets worse. So yeah, so that's just a hint, a sample of what that was like. But I'm thinking we should get into it so we can finish by 10 and start playing Vermintide.
All right, I'll just let you know I'm like completely fucking thrown off tonight.
Are you?
Yeah, I made the mistake of going up into the attic to try to switch out all my mouse traps.
Okay.
Remember I was telling you on Friday that I went up in there, and I heard them go off over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I better get up there soon and just, flip out the traps. I won't bother cleaning out anything or whatever, So I didn't get home until probably like 6 or so. I figured, if I just climb up there and get in, get out, climb out, and then I'll shower, and then I'll be like fine. And it was not fine at all.
Really?
Yeah, no, they started now, because there's just mouse shit everywhere.
Oh.
So they got on the access panel. So like I don't have like a pull down ladder or anything. It's just like a little cutout.
Yeah.
You gotta pop out the ceiling, and then it's just a little hole to climb through. Bring my ladder from the garage. But they're on the access panel.
Yep.
Which just really fucking grosses me out because that's like where I'm coming in and out, and like I see it like on the trim around the access panel. So I was like, oh my god, don't fall into the house and into the carpet. Don't get the mouse shit into the carpet. Don't get the mouse shit into the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta bleach this shit and clean it. And then I found like an actual fucking nest up there. And
Really?
there's just so many droppings. And so I just sprayed it. I didn't bother trying to clean it up. So that's probably gonna soak through into the sheetrock. It was, ugh.
That's a fun.
I caught a couple though.
That's a fun story.
Yeah. So I caught a couple, and I, redid I replaced the traps, but by the time I finished cleaning up and getting done, and then showering, like I just finished. Like I didn't eat dinner till like 9 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, I completely fucking threw me off, and I'm all goddamn grossed out because I just hate that shit.
Well, this is
like
gonna be a fun recap.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking great because I'm in a mood again because I feel like I'm just surrounded by goddamn mouse feces everywhere I go. Ah.
On that note, let's have some fun.
Hey, you're also not streaming on Twitch.
No,
God
I
damn
forgot again.
God, you're killing me.
Yeah.
I was gonna make you dab and shit, and you're just not doing it.
All you need to do is create a new ID for YouTube, and I do it. Yeah, come on, you got nothing better to do.
Apparently, I gotta wade through a fucking metric ton of mouse shit in my ceilings. That's what I need to do.
That sucks. It does suck.
Yeah. All right. So
All right. So how do we want to start this up?
Start. We're going to review the year and a half we were playing Dead Space 3, right?
Was it only a year and a half?
Just close.
Yeah, we literally started, I believe, towards the beginning of June or towards the middle of June or something.
Late May or beginning of June, I think we started.
Yeah. That's right around the time that you hopped on the stream, right, Grillette?
And then yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And it's only what did it take us? 20 hours, 21 hours to do?
Yeah, but we're only playing an hour or so on an hour and a half on stream.
Yeah.
Excelsior. Excelsior, you got fucked, dude. He just lost all his bits.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm nice, Excelsior. I'm gonna give you some points. Hold on, I gotta give Excelsior some points. I like him. Wait, why is your name not showing up for YouTube? Oh, because you have no points, so your name's not showing up for YouTube. Oh shit. I can't add any points in here until you're fucking in here. As soon as you get some points, Excelsior, let me know. I will go give you some points, man. I didn't know that why would it I guess that makes sense. Your gambling addiction continues. It does. So I'm creating a problem. I should put like a PSA out. Anyway. All right. So what do we want to start off with the memes? What do you want to start off with? You said like a overview.
How about we start with just a general overview? So, because I think you already know how I feel about it, but I really want to know like what your general thoughts are.
I need specific questions. I need specific questions. Do you have a specific question for me?
What the fuck did you think of it? Did you like it?
Did I like it?
Yeah.
When we go start playing it, I'm not a huge fan of horror games. And so I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. Like I'm not gonna enjoy it. But it ended up being just a regular action adventure shooter. Like there really weren't even many jump scares. So in that regards, I liked it better than I thought I would. I found, one thing that's sticking out to me that I really liked is I liked the UI. There really was none. Like it was on your character, which took me, granted, it took me a little while to get used to that because I'm asking Guido, where the fuck is my health bar? It's on your back, so that was weird. So I love the clean UI. I thought the story was pretty good.
What do you think of like say the Dead Space lore in general that you could pick up from just that third game and the story of the game specifically?
I'm not someone that always pays a ton of attention to lore, and maybe I missed it. Yeah, maybe I missed it, but like I didn't feel like I picked up a lot of what had happened before. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't tell you what happened before, other than I know that character Isaac, I guess, is persistent through the first two. That's all I really know.
Okay.
And you were telling me about the what'd you call it? The monoliths, I think. Is that what you called them?
The marker.
The markers, thank you. Those were in the other games too. So,
Yes.
but I don't really know much about it. So lore wise, yeah, okay. It has an event horizon. No, sorry. Yeah, an event horizon kind of feel to it, which I think you told me was not a coincidence.
No, it was not.
No.
Yeah, which was
Believe
one. That is one of my. That is
inspired
one
by-
of my favorite horror movies. As bad as it is when I go rewatch it, it scared the shit out of me when it first came out.
And boy, is it bad. I rewatched it recently and I was like, those special effects. Oh dear.
So that's
But
what it is.
feels
Like
so
I thought the
good.
movie is kind of scary, but the special effects, like sci-fi special effects, they don't age. They do not age well.
I love the cheesy bad effects.
But it wasn't cheesy when it came out,
No.
you know?
But
And
yeah, I
anyway.
believe that was an inspiration for DeadSpace.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah,
What
so
about the story of the Dead Space 3 game of finding Isaac, getting recruited, heading out to space, going to the planet, trying to find the quote unquote origin of the markers?
yeah. So like a lot of games, in their narrative or story decisions, I thought some of the decisions were really stupid. Like, let's reanimate these giant fucking killing monsters. Yeah, let's do that. Or let's go into the belly of a monster and like shoot polyps or whatever the fuck is in its belly. I thought that was weird. I thought, let's see, I'm thinking about combat. I thought combat was pretty good. I discovered, thanks to this game, that it's a lot easier to shoot with a keyboard and mouse than it is with a controller.
Yeah.
And this is someone that's used a controller almost exclusively for like the last 13 years, literally, except for the random PC game that I would play. But yeah, so having been forced to switch to a PC and keyboard and mouse about a quarter of the way through because Steam just stopped recognizing my controller with that game, it worked out. I suddenly wasn't horrible, but it was bad before that. It's pretty bad.
So you said the UI stood out for you,
Yeah.
which like a good thing that stood out.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything bad about the game that really stood out to you?
I think because I didn't play the previous games using that like laser cutter thing. I forgot the actual name of it now.
Plasma cutter.
The plasma cutter and stomping were not mechanics I was expecting. Like I wasn't expecting to have to purposefully try to shoot limbs off. And with my aim, it's a good thing that changed later on. The stomping though, I started to overuse that. Like I would shoot something, and then when things got close to me, it was sometimes hard to get a shot off if I had to reload. So I would just try stomping it if I just wounded it, and sometimes it actually worked. I could stomp it while I was standing up.
If you knock them over and then just stomp on them, that's a legit strategy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was a different mechanic that I'm used to playing, so it took a little bit of time to get used to.
Okay.
So.
What was your favorite part of the game? What was your least favorite part of the game?
My favorite part of the game was part of the combat. I thoroughly enjoyed using the combination of the flamethrower and the shotgun. Oh my god, that was so much fun. It was so much fun. It really was. In that weapon that like pushed everything back. Yeah. So when I figured out combat, that was fun. I did not at all like the ending. That was my least favorite part of the game.
Okay.
I didn't like the ending. I thought it was terrible. So
my last specific question, how did you feel the co-op experience of the game was?
So here I'm kind of biased.
As it is as like a co-op title.
I'm biased because we talked about this last night. I got spoiled by A Way Out. That co-op in that game was phenomenal. This co-op was regular. It was nothing. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just normal co-op.
Nothing special like that game was.
Nah, A Way Out was phenomenal. I would play it again, even though I already know exactly how it turns out. because you're not going to do anything different during the game. Imagine every decision you make, even if it's different, is going to end the same way.
Yeah.
But you know, I would still play it again just for the hell of it, one more time anyway.
So how does the co-op fare against like other co-op games that we've done? Like, so Borderlands.
I would say it's about the same. I think, though, in a lot of other games that I played co-op, you usually have additional skills that you're doing, that you're picking, and those skills can synergize with your partners in the game. And you know, sometimes you want to pick skills that really benefit, and you know, it makes everything better. This one was just straight up just shooting, and so there really was nothing special about it. You know what I mean? Listen,
Right.
in my opinion, I didn't find anything special about the co-op, because the only things you ever changed was you kept getting new blueprints, and you upgraded your suit every now and then. And besides one specific suit you had to put on, the one for cold weather, it didn't matter what suit you wore. And the weapons, there were so many weapons.
Suits that when we unlocked new suits, it unlocked bigger inventory.
Did it?
Yeah. So as you got a new suit, we got another row of storage in our inventory. Until like the last.
I never
suit of
noticed
the
that.
game.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
I do want to answer one question here in chat though. Code Wolf, we are absolutely doing the Tiny Tina game when it comes out. Absolutely, I can't wait to play that. It's my favorite character. Anyway, yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Any other last final lingering thoughts before maybe I answer some of the questions too, or?
The only thing I would say is even though there were a few things I didn't like about it, overall I did enjoy the game. And I wish there was actually a little bit more end game. I don't want to go do the DLC route because I don't want to have to pay for anything. But because like by the end of the game, just like any game, right? You're fucking like super strong. You know what the fuck you're doing. You're like, I want to kill more shit, and then it's over. You know what I mean? And there's no real end game, so there's nothing to do. So that kind of was annoying.
Yeah. So that's kind of more the type of game it is. Like it's not like a persistent game with like end game content or you know, raid dungeons to do at the end. Like once the story's done, it's kind of done. And what you kind of get is like new game plus, where you can like bring your equipment over and play harder modes. But you know, it's definitely not doing any like end game raid boss runs. It's just, once the story's done, it's done.
There is a question in chat. Somebody wants my opinion on your gameplay.
I'm fucking elite.
So Guido saved my ass an awful lot in that game. So not much I can say about that. If you were too
busy just getting your ass handed to you to fucking pay attention to what I was doing.
It got a lot better. It got a lot better for me once I switched the keyboard.
And then you like were able to aim.
Yeah, and then I could
like an entirely different play experience.
And then I could aim. The only thing that I was unable to do, you will learn through some of the clips we'll show you, and that is rolling.
Although I'll be honest, I never fucking rolled once in that game, except at the very first chapter we had. I think while it's telling you all the different controls, it has you roll like once into cover, but you never have to use it for like the entire rest of the game.
Yeah.
Until like that one sequence when we're trying to escape the burning room.
Yeah. You'd think I'd be used to rolling because I had just not too recently come from playing Remnant with Code Wolf. We played that game, and they force you to roll. I tried not to. I said, no, I'm not rolling. I refuse to roll. And then you literally have to. You have no choice in that game. Once I accepted that fact and I figured out how to do it, the game, everything opened up and became so much easier. All right.
Okay.
So, tell me your thoughts.
All right. I had more thoughts, but now I've just got fucking mice on the brain. So I gotta like reorganize my head, considering what I was like thinking of last night.
Yep.
So, I think I'm gonna have to make like a really cliche comment where I thought it was a good co-op action game, but I didn't think it was a very good Dead Space game. So, just in the context of itself,
Yeah.
like the first Dead Space was essentially Resident Evil 4 in space. It had a silent protagonist. It had, jump scares. It had, very, it's introducing all the world building. Like it was a survival horror game through and through. And then in Dead Space 2, it kind of starts ramping up the action a little bit, but it still definitely falls in that like, modern survival horror action game. And then this was just like a straight action game. Especially like when we roll through like the first couple chapters, it changes its mood in certain parts where it gets a bit more Dead Spacey and, spooky or slow. But it doesn't make it bad. Like it was very good and enjoyable, but it certainly wasn't like a co-op horror experience. It was more just like a co-op action game.
Right.
The Dead Space lore is it's very cool. Like I've played all the Dead Space games. I've even played Dead Space Extraction, which was like a arcade light gun shooter for the Wii. But the story in Dead Space 3, I thought, I can't tell if it's just because we were just memeing through the whole fucking thing and not paying attention to the nitty gritty of it, or if there just really wasn't story or lore there to kind of grab me. Like we just pull Isaac, we throw him in a shuttle. He's like chasing his ex-girlfriend, and we land on the ice planet, which was kind of cool. Have like a different setting, but it never really leaned into it until you started doing like those rappelling sequences.
Yeah.
And then, kind of learning about this alien race was neat, but you come to learn that this alien race wasn't the people who made the marker. They were also like enslaved by it. So,
right.
No mystery was like unraveled or revealed. So it didn't really add much to it.
Yeah.
I don't have my thoughts too collected, but I mean, for fans of the series, it's certainly worthwhile seeing it play out. But you can kind of like, I feel like it happens to a lot of like horror games and horror movies that it starts off very particular, and then as the series moves on, it just seems to always gravitate towards like more action and bigger spectacle.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
What I liked a lot and what really stood out to me about this game in particular, not so much like I know the UI to you was definitely a standout. But like I experienced that in the very first Dead Space when that came on, and that was like the first Dead Space game was so very innovative. I mean, it was iterative of being, Resident Evil 4 in space, but it innovated a lot of different things, especially most prominently was that UI. Yeah. Which came back, just as strong as it was in the previous two games. But the part I actually surprised myself, what I really ended up liking was the crafting of weapons. Like, I mean, I've done games with like crafting, and you're given a formula and you have to put these different things together. I felt like this game really just let you build whatever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah, it did.
You want to put a flamethrower on your shotgun, go for it. You want to put a rocket launcher on your plasma, go for it. Like the only type of restrictions was whether you made like a pistol, handgun, or like a bigger weapon.
Yep.
And then they had different little tips to change, different aspects of it. And then I ended up really enjoying that part of it and
Yeah.
experimenting with the different weapon builds that you could do.
Yeah, I played with a tip a lot.
You do tend to play with your tip a lot.
I
Yes.
do.
Good job.
Thank you.
You
do know that the thumbnail I made for the stream was called DeadSpace 3: The Bench.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Mm.
I love the bench, and so do you.
Absolutely. Except for that one or two times where you'd go to the bench and then, oh, by the way, now we're gonna throw some monsters at you.
Yeah, that was not cool.
No.
Do not come in between us
and the bench. Yeah. I'm
trying to think of things that I disliked. Probably the pacing of it. So I felt like the pacing was kind of all over the place. Like it didn't seem like there were obvious sections where you got locked in a room and then you just had hordes of enemies thrown at you and you had to fend them off in order to like unlock the door and move on.
Yeah.
Those sequences are so gamey, and I really felt like did not belong in a Dead Space game, especially because as we were playing it, we started to just be able to call it out, like, here comes another like arena section.
Yeah.
So I didn't like how a lot of the game had those parts.
Yeah.
To it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, like my favorite sequence of the game was that whole section with the giant bug. So where we had to launch the harpoon.
The one after the cliff.
Nope, not that. That's the medium-sized bug. I'm talking about the big fucking thing that swallowed us.
Oh, and then shat us out.
Yeah, so we had to, because there was two of them. Like we had to fire the harpoon in it and like rip it apart, and then we had to send the cage into the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then we had to probe it, and things were attacking us inside the carcass.
Yeah.
And then we had to come out, and then the boyfriend betrayed us, and then we killed the like cock blocking boyfriend, and then all of a sudden another one comes out of nowhere and fucking like eats it. Like that whole sequence there was just great and reminded me of like, you know, classic Dead Space.
Yeah.
And even in any game, like that sequence was very memorable, and that was like my favorite part of the game.
Yeah,
too.
we took an elevator into the belly of one of them.
Yeah.
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 And then the other one ate us.
Mm-hmm. As far as like so like the technical aspects of it, like so the graphics and atmosphere, for a 2013 game, it's kind of hard going back, say 7-8 years to like that generation.
Yeah.
Because I can't judge it. Like at the time, I'm sure it was fine.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything about it really stood out graphically at the time. You know, it just seemed like it got the job done. You know, it wasn't bad looking, but it was good. I do wish that the frame rate would have been unlocked above 30 frames a second.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. Controls were spot on. There were no issues with like mouse smoothing. Like some of the earlier games had. Like it seemed like a pretty decent PC port.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere of the beginning of the game, where we were going through the spaceships, very much felt like the first Dead Space game, and was a lot moodier than when we got onto the ice planet, which seemed to like brighten up and open things up, which was a nice change of pace. But like, you know, it felt different, but it didn't felt like as confined and intimidating.
Right. Yep, I hear you.
As far as a co-op game goes, I thought it was terrific as a co-op game. I get your point of not, you know, having a party where, you know, you've got your triangle role of the DPS and the tank and the healer, or, you know, ledging your skills against somebody else.
Yeah.
Which is great, but there aren't too many games out there where it's just like a straight up like co-op action. So like, you know, you and your buddy blasting away. I don't know. I thought for a co-op experience that it was solid, and I enjoyed myself very much with it.
I can respect that.
So let's see, favorite parts, least favorite parts, what stood out. Trying to think of something in particular that just like I did not like.
My shooting at the beginning.
Well, that's not the game's fault that you just can't fucking aim.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I think that kind of covers mostly what I have to say about it. You know, it was a good game, but it wasn't like a great Dead Space game.
Right. Okay. You want to get into the clips?
Yeah. So.
All right, so one thing I want to know is that it is 3 after 10, so we probably want to go kind of quicker through this.
Oh God, no, we don't. Okay, so oh, you know what? I take that back. I forgot. You know what else was my favorite part of this game?
What?
The dick jokes.
Okay.
The dick jokes were my favorite. It wasn't baked into the game, but it was my favorite part of us playing the game.
Well, I thank everybody for coming out and hanging out tonight.
And to commemorate, all of the dick jokes that were given during our playthrough, I have one last special hard-on joke just for you, Morphine.
Oh, great!
If you would like to hear it.
Yes, I'd turn the music off just for this. Yes, let's hear
Well,
it.
I feel like we needed at least one more while we're reviewing.
Absolutely.
It. Yeah. So as I think I told you a while ago, I went to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
To get my physical. But what I didn't tell you is that, you know, because we're men of a certain age, I got a new exam while I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my first prostate exam.
All right.
Yeah, but you know, it got weird, you know, a little awkward as you could imagine during the exam. You know, I was a little embarrassed or whatever. But however, you know, the doctor did reassure me that it's really not that uncommon during the procedure to get a hard-on and ejaculate.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, I really wish that he wouldn't. Yeah. He's not using his finger.
Morphine Gaming. Classy streams.
That's right. I'm bringing on some man-on-man butt rape to the stream now.
Okay. Thank God
You're
YouTube
welcome.
is more lenient.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna get into the clips now. We're gonna go a little faster because we do want to get the Vermintide. We don't
roll the meme clip.
We don't have clips from the first 3 chapters. Actually, I don't know if we should go chapter by chapter because it will take forever if we do that.
Well, we can cover like groups of chapters.
Sure. So the first 3 chapters we don't have clips for because we were playing offline. But what we want to go through some of the funnier shit.
Yes.
All right. So
to give everybody a good impression of what it was like to play with your ass, play the meme roll.
All right. So these are this is about 10 minutes or so of clips. I'll just play them all. If I can do this right. Yes, I know. That's right. Here we go. Hold on a second. I forgot I have to remap something. There's always a problem.
Morphine stream without there being an issue.
Let's see. This is Chrome. That's right. I have to stop Spotify first. That's why it's low. That was awesome. All right.
I held back.
Did you?
I did.
All right. Ah, son of a
You just
bitch.
killed yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Do you know how to move and shoot at the same time?
No.
Like, can you aim and move? Like,
No.
did you ever play
have you
like
have you
Quake
watched
or
have
Unreal
you
Tournament?
have you no have you ever watched me play a game before?
I suppose. Yeah, anything. If it's
You're gonna be
first
laughing at your own
chapter
jokes
Yes,
again,
I
aren't
am.
you?
I am.
I consider it new.
You're gonna be laughing at your own jokes. Yes, I am.
Yeah. I say anything released. Oh shit! This is where we were
Why
last
is there
time.
an echo?
Fuck!
I don't know.
Baby! Yes! Fuck! I forgot about that one.
That's the one. That's the one I was.
He
talking-
left off.
All right. Back off. Jesus Christ! Just pick
We
a.
gotta go
Wait,
to the-
where do you want to go to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to go?
Bitch, I'm driving. No backseat drivers.
Your turn signal's on. Would you slow down? Watch it.
Where's that mute button? Oh, nice.
Man, it's gonna jump through the side. It's
I
gonna
love
jump through
this
the
one.
side, don't forget. It's one of
You
the.
open
You're
the
like,
door.
whatever.
You open the door.
You got it. Okay, you got the side.
Yeah, I got
All
it.
right.
Maybe. No, I don't got it.
I think I'm getting an echo because I'm trying to listen to it at
Oh.
the same time, so I muted my mic.
No! That was not cool!
No!
Eat my fully upgraded shotgun.
This was a good rocket. That was a good one. There might be another one here that isn't good.
How did that happen?
God, I know. It's like you keep bringing me back on the stream every Monday at 9:30.
It's because I just haven't learned my lesson.
You never do.
I never
This is
do.
why we're still married.
But what if we like open the door and then back them out here instead of having them swarm all around
Guido, I
us?
just want to say I'm sorry again.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love
You
that.
die.
Yeah,
note to self, don't
just
use the rocket launcher in a
absolutely
confined space.
perfect.
Oh my fucking
I had
God.
no idea what the fuck happened. And then it's just
Sorry.
like,
I
oh,
got
yeah,
attacked from
sorry,
behind.
I might have blown us up.
Guido, is it like having to chase after a toddler at the park?
What?
You just wandering off by yourself?
I see something shiny, I go after it.
Exactly, like a toddler at the park, and you have to chase
Uh.
after. Get back, you little.
I'm gonna rename the Google Assistant at my house to Goulette.
Hey, Goulette, the fuck you want?
Yeah. Wait, maybe I don't want to do that. Ah! You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me that was a thing that was gonna be crush me.
Did you not see it glowing blue?
Oh, you were
I
bad.
was talking shit to Goulette.
A little bit.
You still need to have situational awareness.
No, I don't.
Was that the last one? Oh, that was the last one. Okay, that's sad.
Guido, is it like having to chase?
All right. So those were.
That's what it's like to play with you, huh?
Yeah, that's what it's like. So that was just an idea of what it's like to play a game, any game, with me. So
Yeah.
a little taste.
So like,
Yeah,
like you
because-
said, the first couple chapters we didn't stream it. We just played it
Yeah.
to play it with. But I do remember like the first opening chapters. It was so unlike DeadSpace that it like I know I stopped, like I didn't go into playing it
or rush off to play, because I know there were a lot of complaints about the game of longtime fans saying, it didn't feel like Dead Space. It was way too actiony. And I was just like, well, how bad it can be. And then that first chapter, we're running through like the city.
Yeah.
There's humans shooting at us. I've got like a SMG gun, and I got to take cover behind a car.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not like Dead Space, but we'll just see where it goes. And then we're on top of a train, and we're getting chased on a train. Like it was a whole like James Bond train car chase sequence. And then we had to like jump and hang off of a helicopter or a spaceship or something. And I was just like, oh, right. That's okay. And then we didn't play it for a few months.
Yep.
And then we had a spaceship sequence, and then we had to fly through space.
Yep.
And then we left it when we landed on some sort of little space station. And then we came back to stream to pick up on it. And then we hit the hallway.
Yeah, hallway.
And then it started, and then it felt like Dead Space.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about the hallway is it was miserable, and we get through it, and then we apparently we decided to stop playing that night at a wrong spot. So when we played it again, we got to do the hallway over again.
Yes, and we did worse the second time.
Much worse. And then
we got through it, and then we got to one point, and I was like, oh, hey, there was an item back there. I wanted to go get it.
Yeah.
And I go back to get the item, and then we get lost, and then we get killed.
Yep.
And then it set us in front of the hallway again.
Yep. It was awesome.
We keep referring to the hallway, and so, like, when you landed in the spaceship and you opened up the door, there was a little cutscene and some, typical Dead Space necromorph looking.
And it's the first time too that we saw them, I believe, right?
It was the first, yes, exactly. It was the first time you see like a monster in this game. So you're already now like 3 chapters in before like Dead Space like really starts here. Yeah. And we just got obliterated over and over and over again. I'm like, oh my God, you got to shoot the limbs, and you can't shoot anything.
No.
You're just dying.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like take it out, and I'm fucking dying. And we kept like, you're cornered in this little space, and it was like a hell of a wake up call.
Yeah. I didn't learn to use quick heal until chapter 6. I was opening my inventory and selecting meds until chapter 6.
Probably not helping.
Shit got a lot easier once I figured that out.
Yeah. I think once we kind of got past that part, we kind of started to get, at least I did, used to the game. So as we kind of made our way like through chapter 4, and we were starting to get used to it, and then we got diverted to the side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we almost did the entire side quest, and we're like, well, we'll stop here one night.
Yeah.
And then the next stream we logged back in, and something happened.
Yeah.
We had to start all over from the beginning.
Yeah. We didn't know how the autosave system worked.
Exactly. So it saved all our inventory, but not our progress.
Nope.
So we had to do that entire side quest like a second time.
Yep.
But we learned how it fucking saves. So at least lesson learned from that.
Yep. Was that chapter 6?
No, that was chapter 4.
Oh, that's 4. Okay.
Yeah. So we went to the little spaceship side quest, got a couple good items, and then we, did our little taxi back to the main area.
Yeah.
And then we had to make our way over. I don't remember what the hell we had to do. It's specifically in like chapter 4, but that then led us into chapter 5.
Yep.
Which put us at a particular room with a puzzle.
Brutal. It's a brutal puzzle. I can't play it for you folks. It's literally 40 minutes of failure. 40 minutes of failing at a puzzle. And it's not just that
Was
we
that
couldn't.
all?
Yeah, it was over 2 nights, Schoolette. You
It
you
was.
guys saw 15 deaths
It
on the
felt
second
like it was
night.
longer.
You guys saw 15-minute deaths on the second night. We played.
didn't see the first
We
night.
had an off stream night, I believe, right? Was it on? It was on stream.
No, it was on stream. It
Oh,
was.
but Goulette wasn't there.
No.
Right. And yeah, we spent a good half hour that night.
So when we first
Well,
came into
20
it, it
minutes.
was at the end of one of our streams.
Yeah.
And so we just failed over and over and over again for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it started to get late and we're like, oh, we gotta stop.
Yeah.
And so the following week we started it again.
Yep.
And so we get to the room past the giant vagina wall monster.
Yep. Oh, that would
And
have been
then
a classic
that
one.
room- Yeah. And then that took us an additional like half an hour,
Yep.
25 minutes. So that between 2 fucking streams, 40 minutes total it took us to get past this
Yeah.
puzzle.
So
And all you had to do was like stand at a kiosk, rotate shit around to make it fit like a Tetris puzzle, while the other person, shoots bad guys.
yep.
But
So what I
they
can
just
do,
kept
what I
coming.
can do is I can show the victorious one.
Yes, let's try. Instead of talking about our failures, let's show our success.
Now I do apologize that it's going to be a
Little
little
as there are.
what?
As little as there are.
Oh. All right, so hold on here. Let me switch back over. All right. So I do apologize. This is in the editing software. It just but that's how we're going to have to watch it.
Do you want the timestamp of when we did it?
I already got it.
Okay.
I believe I believe the volume is on stream. I didn't actually test this. Let me know when you're ready.
Hang on, let me.
Oops. Oh shit. All right, we're good.
Okay.
All right, here
Yeah.
we go. Kind of low, but all right. There's one.
Oh yeah, I like how because it's taking your stream,
Yep.
you can only see like your screen putting the puzzle together, and there's a
calm.
little fucking like arm of the necromorph attacking me as I'm like blasting everything I can. I'm stomping. I'm quick healing. Look, there's another fucking monster right behind you. I'm running all around, trying my best to save our ass.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just playing with a puzzle, dude. I'm just playing with a puzzle.
Anything was going on.
This is exciting. And so, in order to get to this point, I had broken down and said, "Fuck it, I got to look up the solution on the internet," and that was the only reason we got past it. It was not happening otherwise.
Yeah, but even when you looked up the solution, I don't think you quite.
Well, because one of them on the site that I found the solution was not right, so I was like, "Fuck." Then I finished it, and now I'm helping. And we're like, "All right, we're done," but no, then they fucking keep coming.
Yes. Yeah, like, oh, hey, cool, we finally fucking did it, right?
Yeah.
And then, and then no.
If we had
And then
died
they kept
here,
coming
I would have
again.
just thrown the game out the window.
I would have not played again. I probably would have cried. I would have been like curled up in the corner underneath my desk and sobbing.
Yeah.
Oh, why did we bring these clips back up again? This
I don't know.
almost-
This is miserable.
Yes, but victory was oh so sweet.
It was. I think that was it. It finally stopped. Oh no! Well, almost.
Still fucking coming. Like they're not letting up.
I'm hoping that if we had died here, it at least would have started us off at this point and not had to be us redo the puzzle.
Who knows? I wouldn't want to find out.
Nah, me either. But yeah, so that was something.
Victory stomps.
Yeah, that was something else for sure.
Ah, that was tough.
Yeah, it was not pleasurable.
And then, if I remember correctly, because I have it in my notes, not far after that part,
Yep.
we encountered an entirely new necromorph that I had not encountered in the previous games.
Okay.
It was that big white monster that was immortal and would not die.
Oh yeah, that was not cool. And I don't think we knew that at first. That it just
No.
it didn't die. Like you could cut off its limbs, but like it would still fucking keep going.
And then it would multiply. So
Yeah.
if you cut off its legs, like the legs grew another body, and then the body grew another set of legs. So now there's fucking 2 of them coming at you.
Yeah.
So like you could slow him down or try to chop off limbs, but then he'd start fucking multiplying.
Yep.
That was terrifying.
Yep. So we had to just realize just run. Just like maybe use the gun that pushes them back to keep them off you a little bit, but just run.
Yeah. Essentially that's what we did. We just had to fucking run, and then it would just chase after us. That whole sequence.
It was
Now I remember that was probably one of the more intense, scary moments of the game when
Right.
that immortal monster gets introduced, and you just have to like fucking run away for your life.
yeah.
Like I can't think of any other really. It's been so many years. Too many moments like in these Dead Space games where you can't kill the monster. You essentially just have to run away.
Right. Yep. What chapter
And
was
then after that was chapter 5, and then that leads us into chapter 6. Because after we escaped the crazy necromorph immortal one, we got into the tram system. And then right into that point, we started doing, we did the side quests with the booby trap guy. Who at the very end, spoiler alert, was dead, and we were listening to all of his recordings.
Oh yeah.
Remember that part? Like
Yep.
he had all the rooms like wired up and booby trapped.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually really cool too. Like that's the thing about this game. Like a lot of those side quests seem to be more memorable and more fun than some of the main game.
Yeah.
Because that entire sequence with the booby trap guy, like he's over the radio and taunting you and talking to you, like that was the whole part was actually very enjoyable and good.
Yep.
And so we did, and then that led into a total collect-a-thon in chapter 7 to repair a space shuttle. And then
is that when we had to do
leads-
the escape after that?
Yep.
Because
So
and
whole
that
part-
was not on stream, I believe, right?
no,
And
no,
that was fucking horrible. So
Yeah,
I
that
started a
collect-a-thon-
death counter, I believe, and we surpassed 15.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
It's because you can't aim, so all the fucking space debris.
Well,
while
it
I was
wasn't even
trying
the
to
aiming.
fly
It's
the
just
ship.
I had bad timing on when to go through the jets of flame.
Oh, the jets of flame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about when we were actually flying the spaceship because
No.
we crashed a lot too.
No. Yeah, everything about space was not my friend. I either ran out of air, I hit debris. No, those are the two things. I just kept doing those over and over again.
Space and fire do
Yeah.
not seem to do well with you. Space
No.
and fire.
No.
And so that's at that point we crash into the planet.
Yep.
And that takes us to chapter 8, where an entirely new mechanic gets introduced with our body temperature.
Yes, which was so much easier than the air. The air, I mean, I think I only died once from the air, but it was a lot. There were a lot of close calls.
Yeah.
But and the body temperature was temporary. Like an hour, like later that stream or the next stream, you got a suit where we no longer had to worry about any of that shit.
No, and it wasn't that far after either.
No.
Like, I thought it was going to be like a whole new mechanic of like, oh, we're outside and it's a freezing planet, so we have to be like really careful.
Yeah.
Well, like 10 minutes later, new suit completely negated.
They just nerfed it and we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, why the hell did you introduce this new mechanic for it only to last like 10 minutes?
Right.
Because if they kept it through the game, it would have probably been a cool, extra tension.
Yeah.
Like the oxygen was when we were floating around in space.
Yep.
But they didn't just they just decided not to.
We do have a clip from chapter 8 that we can play.
Oh, lovely.
Yep. Let me play this one. Let me mute the music. Let me get back here and pause it. All right. This is a clip from chapter 8. A lovely clip from chapter 8. This one isn't too bad, actually.
Is this before or after you started using a keyboard and mouse?
I think after. So at this point, I remember remarking when we got here that we hadn't fought a battle with this many creatures at once in a while, and it went well.
I can't hear it.
Is it really quiet? Oh, it is really quiet. There we go. Sorry about that. Ah, shit.
We're actually doing really well. Oh my god, I'm down and you had to revive me.
Yeah.
That's new.
That
shouldn't be happening.
So at this point, our weapons, like, they were like one-shotting things, and it's like, wow, this game got super easy. And then
this is right around when we figured out how to make a shotgun into flamethrowers, right?
Yeah, that was right around
so
there.
Like chapters 8, 9, and 10 is where we get like the flamethrower and we learn how to build the shotgun.
Oh, the flamethrower was fun.
Really start. Yeah, this is where we start like kicking ass.
Yeah, I don't remember what this scene is.
The flamethrowers had such good range.
We don't have any more hallways because he's just poning noobs over here.
Who knew that all it took was to switch to keyboard?
Now I have like less respect for PC players because like if you want to prove to me you're a gamer, fucking aim at something on a controller.
Okay, sir. Anybody who couldn't say that, I think you're not somebody who's
Lilith? Lilith, is that you?
Yeah, getting a bit of an ego now you finally learned how to fucking aim. Yeah.
Hey,
calm down there, Morphine.
Hey, I will, if I have the opportunity to talk some shit, I will.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this was definitely a pivotal moment in the game where you really kind of like got into it and you were taking down monsters with me.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I started throwing tons and tons and tons of those like little arena sections with the monsters, you were now able to really just kind of keep right up into it.
Yep.
But then right after that, it slows down again, and then you have your favorite little sequence with all of the fucking elevators and rotating rooms.
No, that's not my favorite sequence.
Yes, it is.
No.
You love
so I called this review Dead Space 3 the bench, but it could have been Dead Space 3 the fucking elevators. Like
every 11 was just elevators, I swear to God.
Elevators and rotating rooms, that's all it was. You just one after the fucking other. It was so annoying.
Yeah.
And then we get into what, 12?
Yeah. Oh, but the chapter before there was that drill sequence.
Yeah, I don't have a clip for it, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, there was this part of the game.
God.
It wasn't a boss fight, but it was this giant fucking drill came out of nowhere and it's flying around the room while we're trying to fight off enemies.
Mm-hmm.
It took us just a couple of tries.
Yeah, like 2.
But I remember it being very intense.
Yeah.
Like my adrenaline was kind of going up a bit.
And like you were in this circular area and there was this drill that was like a top. It was like going around and around, like hitting the sides and at the same time, so you had to keep running in one direction. At the same time, there were guys coming from behind you, but you couldn't really stop to turn because then the drill would kill you. There were like little gaps in the walls, like little indentations you could kind of duck into when the drill got too close. But you do that, and then the guys were there to kill you. So it was not fucking pleasant at all. At all.
After like our third or fourth attempt, I figured out how to use the stasis to like slow down the drill,
Yeah.
which helped get out of the way, but it was like, it only lasted a little bit, and then it was fucking like charging at you full steam again.
Yeah. And you were the only one that was doing that because I through the entire game I never truly figured out stasis.
I don't think you knew what button to push.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, which fucking button is it?
Yeah.
And we have chapter 12. I don't remember what was special about 12. I have two clips here.
Chapter 12. Another memorable part of chapter 11 was that my hard-on joke of the day started then.
Oh yeah, lucky me.
Yeah, I know. Like there were little playful dick jokes and hard-on jokes tossed within the stream, but at this point, it started becoming a feature.
Yes.
When starting.
It was our new recurring segment.
Yes, fan favorite.
Guido's little hard-on joke. Joke.
I got nothing. You got me. Fuck you. So yeah, chapter 12 was that whole sequence I was talking about earlier with the specimen.
Yeah, I have
where we had to rip it apart, go in the elevator, fight the big monster, and then we got fucking eaten and swallowed and digested, and like that whole sequence.
Yep.
Do you have a clip?
So we have being inside a belly and fighting our way back to the elevator, I believe. So
what about when we actually got eaten?
I don't think I have a clip of that. Not prepped anyway.
No, I thought you had one on Twitch.
Thought I did too, but I couldn't find it.
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out!
Okay.
Yeah, so this was the first one we went into that was like the carcass.
Yeah. And these fuckers just kept coming.
Yeah, but I thought we were fucking clever. Like hiding in the little cage here.
No, they just
at first we thought we could just go up.
Yeah.
And we couldn't.
Well, the asshole guy said, no, I'm not letting you up.
Yeah. So I thought, I'm going to say we were clever as we just hid in the cage and fired at them from here.
Yep, because we had them at least to a choke point, right?
Yeah, no. This probably saved our ass because I think this sequence took us a couple times too.
Right, and if you're wondering why I'm using a cryo blaster instead of the flamethrowers, because I felt it synergized well, because it was a good form of crowd control, and then Guido could just burn them.
I think the cryo slowed them down too.
Yes, that's what I mean, crowd control. Yeah.
So you could slow them while I fucking melted them.
Yep.
Fire and ice. Fire!
Fire and ice. Oh, and then here's one that I didn't really want to show, but Guido was insistent that I show this. What the hell? Why can't I climb?
Should I do the little do 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 do?
No, that's not necessary.
Idiot.
Were you on the wrong side of the ladder?
No, I definitely was on the wrong side of the ladder.
So if I review the
don't worry about looking at the VOD.
Are you sure?
There's no need to check the tape. There's no need to check the tape. Yeah. So there you go. Whatever.
We've all been there.
Even when you got your elite skills, something like a ladder will completely.
Yeah, I was done. I was done after that.
You.
Yep. Whatever.
All right, and then so moving right along. So yeah, so in chapter 12, we have to go into the belly of this beast. We get betrayed by one of the characters' boyfriends. We kill him, and then we get fucking attacked by the giant fucking monster, and then we get eaten. And I thought like we failed and we had to start over.
Mm-hmm.
But then it started swallowing me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, "Oh, this is a very gruesome like death sequence."
Yeah.
And then you're floating in the fucking stomach, and you gotta like fight. I don't know, stomach acid fish things.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden we get sucked out, and then it shit us out.
Yep.
Like or it threw us back up, and like I couldn't tell.
No,
if we
it
got
shit us
or-
out. It shit us out because
did
we
it
went
shit us or
down.
Did it vomit us out?
It shit us out because it would have, the vomit would have had us on the cliff. We went down. It shit us out.
Man, that whole sequence was fucking wild.
Yeah. Yep. And then we're going into 13. Was there anything memorable in 13? I can't. I can't recall.
Might have been.
I don't.
Possibly a little bit.
I don't remember.
A certain repelling sequence.
I don't.
Where we had to climb up just this itty bitty little I'm
drawing a blank on that. I don't recall.
No. Are you sure?
No.
Sure?
I do have one clip, and I don't know what you're talking about because this is a flawless clip. We go right up to the top.
No. Right.
Yep, definitely. This is it's amazing. This is the only attempt.
This was the only attempt?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
Sure it wasn't like 16 minutes worth of attempts?
Nope.
No? Where you were just slowly getting more and more agitated
Nope.
and angry?
I don't.
Descending into madness.
I don't recall anything except this single attempt. Why is there no audio? That's a shame. That's a shame.
I think this is the only time.
Oh, because I muted it.
Just hang out here.
I
think this is the only time I've seen you like quiet angry.
Yes.
Like when you rage over Fall Guys and you're cursing and you're swearing, you go, oh God, whatever. Like you get pissed off, but you seem to do it like, with a humor.
Yeah.
This you were just so
Mad.
eerily quiet at the end.
Rage.
You were so
Legitimately
fucking
rage.
full of rage.
Yeah. And you're looking at this, you're like, oh, it doesn't look that hard. Well, you know what? Fuck you.
Because it wasn't.
I didn't enjoy this at all.
My stasis lasts-
There were moments where I'm like, I'm literally never going to get past this. Like, I'm just doomed. This is where the game ends for me.
And we still got past it quicker than the cargo puzzle room.
Yeah, way quicker. It was only it was 16 minutes, but it felt like an hour. I can't help you.
I got it.
Progress
But you
saved
did
at
it.
the top of that. Yeah, I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy that we got to the end of that. Not a fan. Not a fan
And then
of
that takes us. And then after that, we start chapter 14.
Wait, are we?
Which I
By the
believe
way, are we done with?
somehow-
Are we done with 14? Because
I feel
think
like we're still on chapter 14.
I think so. 14
So if anybody,
was so we stream for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours or so every night, and we play this game at least an hour and a half, I believe. And I have 5 VODs, 5 straight weeks of us playing chapter 14. 5 weeks.
I don't think there was a single chapter out there that was as long,
Not even close.
including side quests, because we did do a side quest in chapter 14, but just one. I think another chapter we did like 2 side quests.
Chapter
and still was-
Chapter 11 had 2 VODs. But yeah, that was the only other one that had more than 1 VOD.
Chapter 14 took so goddamn long. And it's tough because, like, I mean, there was so much happening in chapter 14. I think that's where we had to go find all the parts of the body. And then we had to do something else. And then there were, like, gas rooms. Like, it was such a long chapter. And I don't even really know what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah.
Aside from like putting together that body and other things.
Yep.
There was a side quest with you and me in chapter 14 that we did not stream,
No,
it was very memorable.
and I don't have a. Well, I do have a clip for this. I do have a VOD. I did record it while we were playing it, but I can't play it because it was an echo in the audio, and it's not pleasant to watch.
It's awful.
But
is that when the headset broke?
well, yeah, I think the headset broke and I was on speaker, but it was also coming through Guido's speaker on his side, so it was just you could hear echoes and it's delayed and it's messed. But
There's like,
so basically, I'm in one of the earlier chapters, and I think it was like 8 or 9, something like that. We get out of a sequence and we're walking up, and I'm like, "What is that lady doing there? She looks cold." And Guido's like, "What lady? What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "No, that lady right there." I'm like, "Oh, it must be a glitch in the game." And that was where I left it until chapter 4.
oh my god, I remember that.
Until chapter 14 came, and then we're like, "Oh, yeah, she
'Cause you
wasn't really
started
there."
seeing shit.
Yeah,
Well, no, your
The
character was
fucking
seeing
toy
shit. I still
soldiers.
didn't see anything.
fucking toy soldiers.
But even before that, you were seeing shit in the room. Like before we went into that basement area, as we got into like one of the main hallways, my character, you envisioned it as a different person. You were seeing shit before we even started it.
Right.
And then the toy soldiers popped up
Yep.
that were not there.
Fuck you, they weren't there. I'm trying to see here if this is actually playable or not.
And then you would start hallucinating and going into these dream sequences. So you're in this, like, I can't see what you're doing because you're like going, ah! And like in the corner, and your character is not doing anything, and we're getting attacked. So I'm like fending off this attack, and you're just like, I don't know where I am. What's going on?
Yeah.
I can't see. Where do I go?
All right,
Oh my god! And then you would die.
Yeah. So
And
hold
you
on.
would die in your dreams.
Let me see how bad this is, if I can play this or not.
So you
You
don't
might
have
be
to
able
like
to just, if you
backtrack.
keep the audio
Oh, that
off
is
and
neat.
you tap
Yeah.
off, or it might be okay.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can play some of this.
Yeah.
What's that?
I sure do hope your camera and voice recording is on because I kind of want to see you freaking out.
It is on, and what the fuck? Why are there
What?
toy soldiers?
Yeah, so like right here, you're like,
Dude,
oh,
there
that's
is
creepy with all the toy
nothing
soldiers.
there.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, what are you talking
what?
about? There's nothing there.
So it got to the point where I was taking, I used my phone, I took a picture and texted it to him, and then he did the same, and like literally, he saw nothing. I saw creepy fucking soldiers.
You're like, what do you mean? It's right there. I'm like, I don't see anything, dude. And you're like, dude, no, don't joke around with me like this. I'm like, I'm not joking. There's
I'm crazy,
nothing
man.
there. And you're like, stop it. Yes, there
There's
is.
boxes with human
Like you were
remains on
legit
it.
getting a little
don't see
creeped
that.
out,
It says-
which was real
Yeah,
fun.
no, it's a big box that says human remains.
No, there's just soldiers.
You don't see this big box here.
But they weren't really
No.
there.
Like right there, the big box.
I'm literally just taking the
Let me
picture
get in a
now.
better position.
Because you could not believe we were seeing two different things.
No.
You see this box?
All right, so I'm gonna skip forward to the first time that we go into the dream sequence, because the first time we did it wasn't cool because it was not expected. I think it was right around here. Yeah.
Right around there, yep.
All right.
So
if
we
you're
just
not
gotta
playing a
get to
game
this
on like
door
Tuesdays and
What the fuck?
Thursdays or
and move on.
What the fuck is that?
And then you just
What
fucking
the fuck
lose
is
it.
that? What the fuck is this?
What?
So you're
What the
here
fuck?
and you're just
Yeah, and
super
you're wondering why I'm not shooting anything.
What the
We're
fuck
getting
is this?
attacked.
I'm in some kind of weird dream thing.
No, you're just in my game. You're just standing in the middle of the room, losing
What
your
the fuck
mind,
is this?
While you're
punching
getting
your head,
attacked.
going, and we're getting
don't see
attacked.
you anymore.
So
I'm in
I
some
have
sort
to
of weird
fend
dream.
off
Died.
enemies.
I know.
Why did you die?
And then
I'm
you're
in some
just
sort of
like,
weird
what am I
dream
doing?
thing.
And then you die.
Yes.
And we had
And-
to do this over and over
and
again.
At first, you got mad because I wasn't shooting anything, and then you
Yeah.
understood why.
I'm so glad you're
Yep.
recording.
But there were
Yeah.
3 of those.
You're like, I'm in the dark. I don't see anything. Like, dude, just turn around and fucking shoot things.
And I didn't count the deaths, but there was quite a few.
There was a lot. I thought you went back and actually counted.
I did. I don't have that note in front of me.
Oh, that's too
but
bad.
there were three
was a lot.
There were three separate sections, and each one I had to had a different way to get out, and it took me a while in each one. And the last one,
I couldn't like help coach you because you're like, oh, I'm going to this end, I'm going to this end, and like I can't see what you're doing, so I go, oh, check that out, or oh, look at that, or you're thinking you just have to kill them all.
Yeah, and
then
no, that was not the answer.
No,
that was not the answer. What's up, Excelsior?
No, that was tough.
Yeah, that was not cool.
But it was a great sequence in the game.
It was.
And with like you hallucinating and the two different experiences.
Yep.
So like you were seeing shit that I wasn't, and like your character was losing his mind slowly. Like I really thought that whole part was really neat.
Right.
And I really wish the game kind of did more of that later on.
I'm glad they didn't. I didn't enjoy it. But there were other things that happened in chapter 14.
We got I
have a few clips here.
Yes, so we finally put together that alien.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, things went to hell and it blew up, I guess. And we were trapped in a burning room.
Oh god, the burning room.
And we had to escape the burning room in a very particular way.
Yep. Uh-huh. Hold on. Let me reorder this. I think this is a better order. Alright. Alright, fine. We'll show this fucking travesty.
This is my favorite.
Enjoy. This is like 4 or 5 clips here. Enjoy.
No! You'll never make it out!
This is Morphine trying to escape a burning room.
Flame over there.
Oh shit. Well, whatever. Hold on. I did it in the wrong order.
Did you do it in reverse?
I think I did. I think this one goes up here. And goes towards the end. Yeah, this one goes above there. I think that's the right order.
Well, there was one where you made it, but then we died again.
Yeah. All right.
Roll!
Son of a bitch! Get
Ah!
So do you want to explain what it is we had to do?
So we put the thing together. The room's like exploding on fire or whatever. We have to get out of this room.
Fuck!
But there's fire, and you had to roll through the fire to survive. And
we tried running at first, and we just kept burning and dying.
yeah.
There was this one part in front of that booth that was just like on fire.
Yeah.
And then I just, for shits and giggles, just stop, drop, and roll. Haha. But
It
it
did-
worked.
That did not walking single file did not work, Excelsior.
There. Just like that.
No, I don't. I died again. Yeah, died again.
Yup.
Ah!
So
Fuck. Give me a second.
I eventually figured out how to, like, to get through the fire, you could roll through it without taking damage. But that would require morphine to roll through the fire.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey, you got through.
You're telling me to run, but like I was walking because I didn't want to roll into the fucking run into the wall.
Hold on, I fucked it up, but
And then you roll into the wall.
Yeah. This one I was very sad.
I fucked up.
Did you roll through it?
I was trying to. I was getting all my.
What happened? What did you do?
It was an attempt.
It was an attempt.
Ready? Roll. Roll. Roll.
I can open it from here.
No!
Ah!
Never make it out!
It's open. Go.
Roll. Stop, Kevin. Roll. Roll.
I'm trying.
Roll.
I'm trying.
It fucking rolls into the wall.
I'm
Rolls
trying
into the
so
wall.
hard. You don't understand.
Roll.
From here.
No! You'll never make it out.
It's open. Go.
There's a wall of flame over there.
I'm like a pro at this now.
That was the second time that I made it because we had died after this. Or before this.
Next time he's ever in a situation where there's fire, he's like, "Don't worry, I got this," and he's just gonna roll.
So we finally made it. And she's like, "Get out! No, we have to save you."
Yeah. Yeah, that was not. I didn't enjoy that either.
You don't understand.
I'm
I'm trying so hard.
That was the last. That was the last clip I have. So everything else is just you can just talk through it.
It was like this one moment of just like desperation and vulnerability from you.
Yes. Yes.
So I remember at this particular point in the game, right? She's dead. We escape the burning room. This guy is chasing us. We hit into chapter like 15, 16. Shit's starting to happen. Guys are coming out of where it's ramping up. We're like, oh, Harry, here's the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then it didn't.
Yeah, and then it's like it took literally 5 weeks of playing 1 day a week to get through chapter 14, 15, 16, right into 17. It's just we're like, we should stop this. We want to finish this, on a stream or something. And then it just stopped again. It
slowed
again.
Right back down.
Yeah.
As it brought us through this like ancient alien civilization, and like it wasn't a bad sequence.
No, but it was out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, everything about the game changed.
No, I mean it wasn't like a bad area, but I think at that point we were just kind of done with the game.
Mm.
And it really padded it out going through this entire ancient alien temple area, and then you had to learn its language and stuff. So
yep,
it was like all good lore stuff, but they made it seem like we were at the end of the game and it was ramping up, and then it slowed right back down.
Yeah,
and it's just like I think we just kind of had enough at that point.
Yeah.
Yep. But we did get through it in a few streams. We didn't really have a lot of like rolling failures.
No, the chapter 19, I had some problems flying, which was every time we had to fly, chapter. I ran into shit every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And then 19 was no different. It was no. We had a first flying sequence went okay. The second flying sequence, I struggled. I don't know why. And then the last fight.
Did you think dodging in your chair would help your character move out of the way of the debris?
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds silly. That sounds silly.
Okay.
Who would dodge in their chair to avoid something in a video game?
No.
Not me.
No, of course not you. Especially not after doing it over and over and over again.
So Celsius asking, what do I do if I keep failing at a level in the game? I just keep playing. I just keep playing. You guys, we'd streamed definitely Guido's favorite part of A Way Out was the one of the motorcycle chase scenes. We were escaping on a motorcycle.
Because you didn't know how to turn. You're just driving straight. I just keep driving off the cliff. Like you're not even fucking turning.
In my defense, I was drunk.
Yeah. No, you weren't.
I trust
you
me.
Weren't that far gone.
Trust me, I was drunk.
Yeah. That's an excuse. BS excuses because you couldn't fucking. I gotta push the thing to turn.
You. Now I got legit mad at the cliff. You were mad. You stopped talking for a little bit
because it was taking forever to do this most basic little driving sequence. Escape on a motorcycle. Whee! Driving over this bump and saying, all you have to do is just drive down the path. You hold the trigger for gas.
Yeah.
And then you wiggle the joystick back and forth to, turn left and right. Like, we essentially failed our way forward. We kept hitting a new checkpoint, and then you would die, and then another checkpoint. Like, you kept failing up close enough where we could just advance to checkpoints. Like you didn't actually do the whole sequence in one turn. You just kept failing.
That's
forward.
why they put checkpoints there for people like me. Excelsior. So like, there's a point where like people like to watch. I was saying this earlier. People like to watch you if you're an elite at a game, right? Because then they say, oh, this is what you do. This is how you play. People like to watch you don't like to watch you if you're just good at it. If you're like, you can get your way through it, or they do like to watch you if you fail. However, I believe that I will, if not haven't not already, will prove that sometimes people they don't want to continue to watch the failures either when you're not advancing the stream. So, like the cargo puzzle and the cliff had the potential to become the entirety of a stream, and I don't think that would have gone over well.
Lost so many viewers.
Yeah, I went from like 6 to 4.
So chapter 19, we fly and then we hit the final boss,
and I
which
hated
was like a big space moon monster
and
guy.
that fight was 100% Guido, because you had to use the kinesis power, and through 20 some odd hours of playing and 19 chapters, I never truly figured it out.
No.
So he's just like, shoot the other things that come. So I did that.
Yeah, you essentially just had to watch my back while I would fling markers at this thing.
Yeah.
But it was cool at the very end where like we had to grab it from like the inside and we just pulled out like its own guts. And that was pretty fucking gross and awesome. And we were just like force power pulling the fucking guts out of the thing.
And like I said,
that was pretty cool.
I hated the end of the game, but me not being able to really participate wasn't why I hated it. I hated it. Spoiler alert for an 8-year-old game. You die. Well, at least you did die until they made more deals. Until they made more DLC. But I died. What the fuck? And I don't mean like I died like because I failed. I mean like the game just throws you off a cliff. After all of the shit you go through, it just throws you off a cliff.
You insert like the nuclear bomb, you set it, it goes off, everything kind of like blows up. Ellie is safe in her little spaceship, and then
somehow,
like it was very abrupt. Like it wasn't so much like there's games and movies where like the main character or side character dies at the end, and it's like tragic and shit. Yeah. This was so very abrupt, is I think what really kind of threw you.
Yeah.
Threw me a bit. I mean, I expect bullshit endings from games because I've just dealt with them for 30 some odd years. But I think it really threw you how very abrupt it was.
Yep. I didn't enjoy that.
And
part
I think
of
it was also really disappointing that there seemed to be like we were being led that there was going to be this like face off or something because you're hallucinating and you're losing your grip with reality. So I thought there was going to really be a play on like you and me where either you start attacking me and I gotta fend you off, and you think like, you know, in your end of the game it shows me as like a monster, so it's like, oh Guido, we gotta kill this monster, but you're killing me. Like,
and that would have been fair because you killed me in that other game. But no, they set that up because I was having hallucinations. And then even after we got through that side quest, I was still hearing voices. So I'm like, oh shit, like I'm like infected or whatever. And then that's how the game's going to end. I'm going to turn into a monster, or I'm going to, like you said, see you as a monster. But they didn't do that. And I was surprised.
No.
And disappointed because I wanted the chance to pay you back for a way out.
Yeah, no. They kind of like dropped it. And then we like, you know, helping each other set off the bomb heroically.
Yeah.
Like it was like another really interesting part of the game that just got like dropped.
Yeah.
Like the body temperature thing just got dropped, and then you hallucinating, like it wasn't resolved. It just got dropped.
Yeah. Narratively, they're just like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. All right.
We talked too long.
We did. However, I think let's see, we've got two things. I believe there is one final roll of clips and then a final question about the game.
These are short clips.
Do you want to roll the clips and then do our? Why don't we roll this last set of clips?
This last couple of clips. All right, let me do that.
Yes, that really sums up Guido's time with the game.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta
Oh shit.
make your way all the way over here to find my spot.
It's always in the same place. What are you talking about?
It's, it's not. You got.
Thank
you, Excelsior.
It's not that complicated.
Thank you, dude.
Oh fuck! Can't go that way. You were much more efficient that time.
Stupid.
You got to the spot much quicker, and you got me there.
I know what I'm doing.
It took some practice, but I'm glad to see you know what you're doing now.
I did. I missed the spot.
Up. There.
I got it.
Okay,
I'm going down.
Down, a little to the left. Yeah.
There we go.
Up, right there. Ooh, good. Oh, even better. So, no, you missed it. Oh, there you
I
go.
got it.
I'm getting close.
I'm gonna finish first.
No, you're not. We finished together. That was so satisfying. Hey, I went to go for a massage, and during the massage, I asked the masseuse if it was normal to get a hard on during
Did
the
you just say a masseuse?
masseuse.
Masseuse.
And the masseuse told me that no, it is quite normal to get a hard on during the massage. And so I responded to him to please stop bumping into me with it then.
That one was actually really good.
Oh my god, I didn't want to laugh, but I had to.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So that is Dead Space 3.
That is
In a
Dead Space
nutshell.
3.
That was 6 some odd months of our life there.
Yeah. I part of me believes that it's not actually done.
We are still playing Dead Space 3 in our hearts.
Yeah. Borderlands 2 took us a long time.
One day Guido's just going to show up to your house dressed as a toy soldier.
That won't be fucking cool. No.
Hey, on about? Yes, it will. It'll be fucking awesome.
So I guess the last final thing to that we should probably close on, would you recommend this game to your viewers?
Sure. Yeah, I would.
Okay. Simple.
Pretty simple. I would
Learn
recommend
from
it.
his mistakes.
Now I'm not
Oh.
I'm not looking forward. I feel like when the remake comes out, I have to play it. Like, but I'm not gonna enjoy it like at all. Like at all. I won't play it if I have to buy it. If it's on Game Pass or something, I'll play it. Because they're just ramping it back down to super horror survival shit and not co-op. So yeah, I will not enjoy it. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad game. I'm saying I won't enjoy it.
You still have like the EA Play Game Pass, so I think you might have the original Dead Space available to you, not the remake.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah.
Just in case you want to do that
Oh,
one
wow.
during your Spooktober.
Nope. I'm all set.
But
Marathon there.
Event Horizon.
What?
But Event Horizon.
Yeah. What's your point? I don't know what your point is.
That it's based on it. You love it. You
It's
love
the
that
best of the
movie.
trilogy.
Yep, that's fantastic. I'm trying to find the note I put in. I don't see it. So I just got to finalize the Spooktober thing or whatever I'm gonna call it. And
You will call it Spooktober.
well, I don't know. I put a poll out there on YouTube asking people to give me some suggestions.
Why would you do that?
viewer engagement.
There's only 2 of us.
There's a couple people responded. My entire
Such an ass.
community.
Oh,
Okay. I still call it my Spooktober. It's fine. I will be doing my own Spooktober. I think I'm gonna get a jump start on it and start either tomorrow or Thursday. I'll start playing a spooky game before I start watching Penny Dreadful.
There you go. So obviously we didn't get the Vermintide, but as Excelsior reminded me, I have the game category as Among Us anyway, so it's okay. I will change that as soon as the VOD is done.
yeah.
But it was really nice. I mean, it's a little. We didn't get to play Vermintide. I'm up to playing it on Wednesday, if you want.
So,
but I am glad we actually got to reminisce about this.
We'll see. Because I'm gonna be doing on Wednesday. I'm gonna be doing some just chatting anyway, and I'm gonna be doing a pretty full review on YouTube versus Twitch streaming.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
No problem.
That should be fun though. And then afterwards, I think, because it won't take. I don't think I'm gonna spend the entire 2 hours or so doing it. So I think that there'll be some time for some Fall Guys. Not Among Us, because Friday is the big Among Us with another streamer, and
okay.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that all night. And he and I are still trying to figure out how to do the Discord or how to do the chat. So I was thinking that all of us would hop into one Discord, either his or mine, and just chat. But then he was like, I think it'll be too chaotic. He's like, can you and I just get into a chat? And I'm like, I'm thinking, okay, but I don't think it'll be as fun without having everybody on chat. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, would like everybody actually be on chat? Like,
well, that was my thought. I know it would be chaos, but there's some beauty in having chaos like that.
It would be, well, you know, if we're all 14 of us are playing,
yeah,
then, you know, we don't have to rely on like the text chat and trying to suss each other out. Like,
exactly.
We can all just be fucking yelling at each other.
Yeah. And I can say things like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't kill Greedo.
Right? Fucking Red is sus. You need to vote him out.
Yeah.
I saw him vent.
You did not see me fucking vent.
So
we'll see.
I think it would be more. I think it would be more entertaining if everybody was on chat. And I don't know if like everybody who's playing might even be in the chat. There might be a couple people who just like aren't, and they just will be playing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I gotta talk to him a little bit more about it. I was surprised when he asked if we could just be in a private chat on stream, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Send me what the start time is.
It's 9:30.
Oh, okay.
So from 9 to 9:30, you know, it's just like a little prep and like normal.
Okay.
So, and then I imagine we'd be playing all night. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if we've got a whole crew of us, I can't imagine why we wouldn't.
Right. And as people drop,
you got to sit there and wait for a public lobby. Or shitty members.
And as people drop off, you know, we'll just reduce the number. I don't want to have any random people.
No, I mean, if we start with 14, and then you know, even if you cut it in half, you know, a game of 7 or 8 people is still pretty good.
Yeah, Excelsior will be there. Excelsior, everyone who's on this on right now will be there. So that'll be cool. Code Wolf will be there. Lilith will probably be there.
But I doubt she'll be there the whole time.
Yeah, I doubt it too. And then, you know, whoever else this guy's gonna bring. So
cool.
Should be fun. Now it's called community versus community, but you know, it's Among Us. You can't really have a versus, you know.
Yeah.
It's just bringing everybody together. So yeah, I think it'll be good. Looking forward to it. So anyway, everybody have a by the way, Excelsior, do the exclamation points. I want to see if those points actually showed up for you, if you're still here. But other than that, you know, Wednesday, I will be doing, like I said, a full review on YouTube versus Twitch. I'm still finishing up my notes now. This is, you know, I've been streaming on Twitch for most of a year, and but I've only been streaming full time on YouTube for this is the start of the 3rd week, so I don't know everything on YouTube yet, but I will give you my thoughts and experience so far. Give you guys an idea of what it's like and the things you have to watch out for. I've seen a lot of people on Twitch saying, I'm going to go over to YouTube. Well, it's not that simple. Not if you want to make money. It's not. So anyway, thank you, Guido. Thank you, Goulette. I guess we'll be playing Vermintide next Monday, which is fantastic because we have a great thumbnail for that one. So yeah, should be fun. Everybody, we'll see you Wednesday. Have a great night.